Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the government scheme session. So the scheme that we are covering today is Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program. So in our last video that was made on Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Rural, in that Vishal has asked to make a video on Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program, and yes, there were in fact some modifications that were done few months back in this scheme only. So that is why what we are going to study in this particular session. And yes, there is one more announcement that I want to make today, that you know that recently NABARD notification has been out. Yeah, right. So that is why I have made one schedule for us, because now the next main examination that we are targeting, it is NABARD. So the type of schemes that are asked in that particular examination, I think this is the best time to study for them now, right? So we'll start with the Ministry of Rural Development. We have already started it, right? We have already covered Awas Yojana. If you haven't watched the video, you can find the link in the description box below. After that, we'll be covering all the important schemes that are related to Ministry of Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Then we'll move ahead to Ministry of Panchayati Raj, and finally we will cover Ministry of Agriculture. Why this at last? Because then examination would be near, so your memory would be fresh at that time when you study Ministry of Agriculture at the last time, right? So this would be our schedule, and now let's start with the today's session. So see, we know that government, it is focusing to reduce the unemployment rate, right? So government, it is focusing more on self-employment, that is doing your own businesses, establishing your own enterprises, right? So for that, government is being helping, and for that purpose only this scheme was launched, Pradhan Mantri or the Prime Minister Employment Generation Program, which is a credit linked subsidy program. Okay, what does it mean? So basically you will be provided with loan or credit, right? So under this particular scheme, so that you can establish your own MSME enterprise, okay, micro, medium and small, and micro, small and medium enterprises. And here it is said linked subsidy. What does it mean? That yes, you will be provided with loan, but government would also provide subsidy along with it. Okay, so here the loan that you will get, in that government will also be providing you subsidy, so that the burden of this loan that could be reduced, and you can establish MSME, you can have your own enterprise, and you can have your own source of earning. Okay, so this scheme is all about that, and that is what we are going to study them with the basics. From the basic, then we'll understand the eligibility criteria, who would be providing the loan, what is the subsidy, and other key features. So we'll start with the basic launch of this scheme. It is 2008, okay, and it is monitored. It comes under the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, but at national level the implementing agency will be KVIC, that is your Khadi. That is your Khadi and Village Industry Commission. What does it mean? That yes, the scheme will fall under MSME, but what will is the implementation is being proper or not? That will be checked by your KVIC at the national level, and then state level we have state KVIC, we have department COIR board. There are different departments that would be taking care of that. But you have to remember that at national level, the implementing agency, it is your KVIC. Okay, implementing agency. So now let's move ahead and look at the aim of this scheme, so that we have already understood, right? So here the aim is to generate what? Generate the employment opportunities by providing them credit link subsidy, right? Through establishment of, now we are saying that we will generate the employment opportunities. How it will be generated? By establishment of micro enterprises. See, because even if you are establishing your own enterprise, then you will be needing people to run it, right? So that is why it will create employment generation, employment opportunities as well. And when we are talking about micro enterprises, are we saying that it is just for rural India? No, we will also be covering the urban India under this, okay? But there is one thing to notice, that it will be for the non-farm sector. Here we are not talking about agriculture. We have different schemes and opportunities for agriculture. Here the establishment of industries that we are talking about, that would be in the non-farm sector, okay? tenure of this scheme. So although the scheme was launched in 2008, see what happens, any scheme that is launched, that is being launched for a certain period of time, and after that if there is need that it should be extended, then it is extended, otherwise it is not. So this scheme has been extended in this 15th Finance Commission, and it is now being extended from this year 21-22 till 25-26. Okay, now the scheme has been extended for certain period of time, so there will be some budget that will be allocated for this 5 years tenure now, right? So budget that has been allocated, that is your rupees 13,554.42 crore, that would be for the budget for the next 5 years under this particular scheme. And which type of scheme is this? So this is a center sector scheme. What does it mean? That this scheme is 100% funded by, taken care by center government. Okay, had it been center sponsored scheme, then the state government would also have a role to play in the funding of the scheme, but it is a center sector scheme, so 100% by the center government, funded by the center government. Okay, so this is the thing. Now let's look at who will be giving the loans. Okay, so loans will be provided by public sector banks. All public sector banks, they will provide loan under this particular scheme. Regional rural banks, cooperative banks. But when we are talking about private scheduled commercial banks, only those private scheduled commercial banks which are approved by their respective state task force committee, they would be able to give loan under this particular scheme. Okay, so we have three in which all can give, but in private scheduled commercial banks there is some restrictions. Only those which are approved by the state task force committee, they are eligible to give loan under this. Next, now who would be eligible to take loan? For now we have looked at that who will provide loan. Now who will take loan? Okay, for that we have some categorization. So first of all, any individual who is 18 years or of age or above can take loan under this particular scheme. Next, but the loan can only be taken for new projects or unit. What does it mean? That if you have already have a well established enterprise, then you, even though if it is MSME, but you cannot take loan under the scheme. For this, only for the new projects and unit, the scheme, the loan will be provided. Next, self-help groups, they can also take loan under this, but there is a condition that they have not availed benefit under any other public sector scheme, Okay, so only those SHGs who have not taken any benefit, similar benefits under any other scheme, they are eligible for this particular, they can take loan under this scheme. Then societies, we have production cooperative societies, charitable trust, all can take loan provided they have not taken any similar benefit or any benefit under some other public scheme. Okay, so these are the eligibility criteria. And one more thing is that, see, one more criteria is what we are talking about. See, we are focusing on two sectors here, manufacturing sector and service sector, right? Because we are looking at the employment opportunity in the non-farm sector that we have studied, right? So in service sector, we have any sector that provides services. It can be wholesale, retail, it can be your parlor, right? Anything that comes under this. And then for manufacturing sector, any enterprise that manufactures something, that makes something, produces something, that is a manufacturing sector. Now if we are talking about establishing any industry, any enterprise over here, right? So if that enterprise, for the service sector category, if that project is above 5 lakh, and for manufacturing sector it is above 10 lakh. So if I am a candidate, I want to take a loan for manufacturing sector per se for 15 lakh. Okay, in that case I should have a passing certificate of class 8. Okay, so at least passing standard 8 is required. Okay, for what? For availing loan in such condition, that is 10 lakh for manufacturing and 5 lakh for service. Okay, so these were the eligibility criteria. So we have looked at who will give loan, who can take loan, but now we have to talk about the subsidy that the government will provide. Okay, so government subsidies will be provided to two kind of people, right? One that belongs to general category and one that belongs to special category. So by now we have studied so many schemes, we have studied so many things. We know that this categorization is is on two bases, if the person belongs to the general category or the special category. Now in special category it means everything, your SC, ST, OBC, women, then we have aspirational districts, even the transgender, they will fall under the special category. We have northeast region, hill region, and other such similar categories that will be there in the special category. Okay, so in general also now there are two things, either the candidate belongs to the rural area or he belongs to the urban area, right? So to the general category candidate who wants to avail loan under this scheme for the rural area, to establish an enterprise in the rural area, in such condition government will provide 25% subsidy. Okay, and in case of urban area, 15% subsidy will be provided by the government under this particular scheme. Now in special category also we have two categories, rural and urban. So for the rural area, if a special category candidate wants to establish an industry in a rural area, in that case the person will get 35% subsidy. And in case of urban areas, for establishing any enterprise in the urban areas, in that case 25% subsidy is what the person under the special category will get. Okay, so I hope this particular chart, it is pretty much clear to you all. Now we will look at the key features. Okay, so first of all, maximum cost of project or unit admissible, who can take avail loan under this, is manufacturing sector. So maximum is 50 lakh, and for service sector it is rupees 20 lakh. And this was the modification that has been recently done in the end of May. Okay, so here this the minimum the maximum cost has been increased from the previous one. Okay, so it is currently 15 lakh for manufacturing and 20 lakh for service sector. Next is special category include. So this I will include for some of you who would not be able to retain that what special category consists of. Okay, so that's it. That is your SC, ST, OBC, minorities, northeast region, hill region, border areas, transgender. Then we have physically disabled, northeastern. This is same only of this aspirational district and border district applicants. All these are under special category. Okay, next we have the per capita investment under the scheme should not increase in case of plain, that is rupees 1 lakh, in case of hilly areas 1.5 lakh. Per capita investment, that is by the person, that should not increase. So what is, there is a cap. Okay, so 10% of the project cost that will be given by the person himself. Okay, but there is a cap for that. So here we are talking about there is cap. And next is your, as per RBI guideline, the project costing up to 10 lakh is collateral free. Okay, so RBI guideline has cleared that if you have taken loan up to 10 lakh under this scheme, so you need not to submit any collateral security. And there is one more thing, that is the security that has been given by the government, because the government, it is saying what? It is saying that the bank should provide loan, but banks, they are afraid of the risk that are associated with it, and especially we're talking about no collateral over here, right? And we're talking about MSMEs over here. There is no such many criteria that are there, strict criteria, and that is why government came up. So there is a trust that is known as Credit Guarantee Fund Trust for MSME, and what does it says? That it will give assurance to the bank, okay, for the projects beyond 5 lakh and up to 25 lakh under the scheme. Okay, what does it mean? Government will say that you provide loan if the candidate is not able to pay back the loan. In such cases, if the amount is beyond 5 lakh and up to 25 lakh, we will give you the money that is yours. Okay, this is what the government is saying to the bank. Now in this, there is two things. One thing is, you may get confused, what is this 5% and one this is plain or hilly region. See, basically what the government is saying that for the general people, it is saying that 10% of the project cost should be given by you. Okay, then how much is remaining? 90% is remaining. In that 90%, government has its own subsidy, right? 25 in case of rural, for example, 25% in case of rural areas. Okay, so 10% is given by the general person, right? Then 25% is given by the as a subsidy, and rest of the amount that is left, that will be given by whom? That will be given by the the bank itself. Okay, so this is the categorization of the percentage of money of the project cost that has been made. Okay, so you did not have to remember so much of it. You just have to just read it, and if such digits that appears to be in the examination, you just have to be clear with it, although it's not that in depth from the examination perspective. And for these two things, that for 10 lakh up to 10 lakh, there's no collateral fee that have to submit according to RBI. And then this CGT SME that will provide the collateral or the guarantee beyond 5 lakh to 25 lakh. There is one thing that there was no such thing that I could see in the new notification. So if this has also been changed, these 2 points, do let me know in the comment section. But as far as my knowledge is concerned, I guess this has not been changed, but if it is, do let me know. Okay, so these were the important key features, and that is all in this particular video. So if you have any doubt, any query, you can always write to us. If you are new to our channel, kindly subscribe to it, and you can find the PDF of this particular video from our Telegram channel. So that is all in this video. We'll meet again in the next lecture, that would be of one of the scheme of the Ministry of Rural Development. Okay, so that is all in this video. All the very best for examination. Thank you.